I know I could rock and roll. I could throw down on 7 straight. But it's got to be 7 straight. No, get up to P 2 times, because once you're 50, it could be up and down. See, once you turn 50, 48, everything changes, Papa. So if you're there at night, I'm drinking kombucha with water, that has to come out throughout the night. And you will be up all fucking night, on the hour, every hour. There's no REM sleep.
Yeah.
There's no REM sleep. So you have to control, once you get older, you have to control your thyroid. Dog, I've been a specialist on sleep since day one. That was one of the most interesting podcasts you had on. I bought the book and everything. And he made some great points in there. I wasn't raised on an app, Joe Rogan. My mom didn't raise me on a nap. Once we came from Cuba, my dad died. There was no nap. I went where she went.
Right.
So my day consisted of 8 to 3 in the morning. She had a manager's room in the back of the bar with a cot. And if I got tired at 1, go back there and take a nap. But I got to stay here till 3. Mama got to work.
Wow.
So my sleep was always horrific. Then when I was like 5 or 6, in school. Then I went to normal sleep. I went to Catholic grammar school, normal sleep. Everything was normal. But my mom had a bad thing that she did. My mom had an issue that a lot of parents don't do when they work nights. She did it from the heart, because I have a friend who does it. Wake me up at 3 in the morning. Joe Rogan, get up. I brought you black ink and pasta with scungili from Umberto's. And I brought you a newspaper. Are you fucking kidding me? Could you imagine if I woke you up every night at 2, when you're 26 years old, Joe, at 3:30 in the morning? And you know I'm doing it from my heart. And 7 out of 10 times you're gonna get up and eat the scungili or the marinara sandwich I brought you from Leo's, because they worked in the city. So if you bartend in New York City, on the way home, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stop? No, you stop and get 2 slices of fucking the best pizza there is in Manhattan. So my mom would wake me up every night at 3:30 in the morning with a Cuban sandwich. That killed me over the years. That would make me get up every night at 3. There's still nights that I'll be sleeping. I'll get a good night's sleep, but I'll look at the clock and it's 3 a.m. on the fucking dot. Because it's in my... But like last night I slept good. I fucked up. My sleep was bad after I read the book for a while. That's how deep it got into my head. So when I went back to Weight Watchers, I realized I couldn't eat any more fucking edibles, because they would make me hungry at night. I would fucking go off the charts with points. So I stopped eating edibles, and Joe Rogan, my sleep pattern changed. Bad. Like my body did not know how to go to fall asleep by itself. I went through a month of fucking 2 hours of sleep.
Jesus.
Doing a bunch of shit, and then 3 more hours in the afternoon.
Did you try anything? Did you try like melatonin or anything like that?
I did cocaine for 30 years. Melatonin. I could eat 20 turkeys. They could all suck my dick. Gabba gabba, gooba goobu. I drink them all together. The tea, the vine. Leave me alone, please. Leave me the fuck alone, all right? Go fuck yourself. I got something that's gabba gabba, the tea, and the tryptophan put together, and they still don't find. I buy it on Amazon.
Damn.
Not bad. So what I learned to do was rotate it. So now I'm back on the edibles. I found an expired bag of Chiba Chews, like from the Dave Chappelle tour when I went out with Dave that year.
Jesus.
I found a bag with about 24 of them.
Oh my God.
I slice them in half. You take one of those. Whew, you wake up at 6 in the morning to pee. Your pee's brown. They're expired. You understand me? A corrupt cop is somebody who has 3 kids, a girlfriend.
Okay, 3 kids and a girlfriend.
Okay. And guess what, Miss Pat? You know, tell me the truth, Miss Pat. You a street motherfucker, okay?
Yep.
You a street motherfucker, okay? You ever watch the show Miami Vice?
Oh, the first one, the real one, yeah. Not all this remake shit, yeah.
Yeah, Lee, in Miami Vice, this is how it went down. I knew Lee and you knew Miss Pat, okay?
Gotcha.
Okay? I walk into this office right now with you. You're in for 10%. Miss Pat sells me 2 kilos of coke. In front of Miss Pat, I take a vial out with a chemical, and I take a little bit of coke and I shake it,
To make sure it's real.
To make sure it's real. And if it comes up purple, I give Miss Pat the money and we shake hands. Let me tell you something. That shit only happens in the movie. If Miss Pat is Miss Pat's going to want that motherfucker to open up that kilo and do 3 lines of Coke. Or maybe do a 4th and drink half that bottle of tequila. She wants to know what this motherfucker's about before she moves in on giving him 2 fucking kilos, okay? That only happens in fairy tale land. So these cops become addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that shit, Lee. So let's say I'm going after Lee Syatt. Lee Syatt's a fucking big-time Coke dealer. I get in with Lee Syatt. If Lee Syatt goes to a club and what do I tell Lee Syatt? I don't do blow? You're not going to trust me, Lee Syatt.
Yeah.
So I got to snort Coke. So after you get arrested, they put me in a rehab. I clean up. They withdraw the trial, the witnesses for 45 days. They get all the drugs out of my system. They shave me. They change my hair color. They put a suit on me. And they make me go in there with a police uniform on. How's that one for you?
Holy shit.
And there you have it, my friend. Now, Miss Pat, in all your days on the street, you ever sell crack to a motherfucker that you didn't see with a pipe in his mouth?
No.
No, okay.
You can always tell the police. I mean, when you sold enough drugs, you can because the police, no matter how much they try to blend in, somewhere they don't blend in.
They don't blend in.
I remember seeing one time in he had he was undercover and he had a babysitter in the back seat and he had another guy in the car with him. And his partner jump out and come down to buy the drugs, but he pulled down too quick. So I said, either these motherfuckers gay with his babysitter in the back, they're the police. And they was the fucking police. And you know how as a drug dealer, you could ask them, you the police? They supposed to say yes or no. And you like, you the police? And then I remember one of the little young guys was like, we'll shoot your ass. And he left real quick. And I was like, this motherfucker come back with a whole unit of bitches. I grabbed my kids and went home. Everybody got busted except me. Yeah.
There was a time there where I had a dude that was working me that ratted, and he was working me, man, and I caught on after the second time.
What does working mean?
Working me, you know. Okay, so I know Miss Pat 5 years from the street. Miss Pat, what up? I give Miss Pat joints.
Working? He was undercover?
No, he gets busted. I'm a Coke dude also, and I get busted. And they say to me, listen, what we want is Miss Pat. Miss Pat's selling major Coke. I try to put him off. I like Miss Pat, man. I love Miss Pat. Come on, go to Miss Pat and tell Miss Pat that you want to buy 2 ounces. 2 ounces is what they could get you on and give you time and convict you.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, you know, I'm Joey Diaz, Miss Pat. He's been coming over the house for years buying a gram, and he's always $5 short. Now this motherfucker wants 2 ounces cash with fresh $50 bills.
Nigga, please.
Thank you for saying it. That's how they get you. Sometimes
when a crackhead show up with a lot of money, you like, where the fuck you get this money from? You ain't never bought over $50 worth of dope.
You know what I'm saying?
You hit the lottery, bitch.
That's how they used to come at me. So for months, you've been buying an 8-ball and asking me for $20 off because we're friends. And all of a sudden, you show up here wanting 2 ounces. Then the second time, the first time he showed up wanting like a half ounce. And he was shaking. And then the second time, he goes, I want to buy 2 ounces, but do me a favor, I'll give you the cash. Let's go outside. So they were up 50 yards with the fucking things.
Binoculars and shit, yeah.
No, and I just went outside. I said, nah, I don't want to talk. I hear it's too cold. And right there, I knew. And I go, let me call you later. As soon as he fucking left, I took all those fucking scales, all those aluminum foils. I got them all the way out of there. I had a job as a security guard at a hotel. And they gave me
you a security guard
at 2 hotels, dog, in 1984.
And you a drug dealer?
I was a fucking.
Well, at least you paid taxes.
Listen to me. What fucking drug dealer? I was doing everything. Robbing, slinging. It was crazy. I was a security
Joey,
driver.
you make me sound like a fucking nun.
Oh, my God. I was 21 fucking years old, man. And I was just watching people check into the hotel room.
Waiting to rob them?
I'd wait till they go to the hotel room, and I'd be right there when they're registered. Do you want to use the safe? Now we got traveler's checks. Bam. when they go skiing, you got 10 hours to go in their room. You can go in their room and cook a meal and come back, and they will never fucking know it, man. It's fucking crazy.
They were probably really excited when they saw you. They're like, oh, this place has good security. I can tell he's like really looking over us.
And the security guys weren't robbing the shit out of you.
There was like 8 guys on security, so they never fucking.
You know, that's why I don't leave my shit in a hotel
Me
room.
neither. I tell
I don't
people all
leave
the
personal
time.
shit. I take
And
my computer with me.
And I always put, I don't want no maid in the fucking. I met you in '98.
No, after that. No, I wasn't even out here then.
When did you start comedy?
02.
'02 is when you started.
Yeah.
And when did Rogan go on the tour that you opened for?
07.
That man tour.
Yep.
And you were already in Ohio.
No, I was out here. I was living out here.
Okay.
Yeah, and I opened for him on that, and then I really fucking I met you the night before he shot a special in Columbus, because I remember he invited me out, Ari, and then he was like, "Oh, Diaz couldn't make it, so Diaz is coming on another flight." Diaz walks into the hotel in his tracksuit. He was like, "Dog, I gotta tell you something. This fucking asshole on the flight." He's like, "I almost got arrested today." And he fucking said that he was on a flight and that it was first class, and they put his food down, and the guy in front of him leaned back. So Joey shoved his seat. and the guy leaned back again. He goes, "Hey, like, you're fucking leaning on my food, man." So the guy did it again. So Joey stood up and went around and stood above the guy, and the guy was like, "Hey man, I'm just like leaning back." He goes, "You're leaning back on my food." And the guy like went to adjust or like stand up, and Joey put his hand on his shoulder and was like, you don't got to do nothing right now. Just sit straight. And then when you got off the flight, you said there was 2 Columbus PD officers on the jet bridge, and they were like, "Jose Diaz," and you're like, "And I got this weed under my nuts."
I did. You really fucking did.
And then, and this is, by the way, this is me meeting him. I don't know anything about him. I was like, "Oh shit!" And then you said you just were like very polite, like, "Oh yeah, no, the guy, this and that." You kind of talked them down, and they were like, "All right, good to go." Got off. You're like, "This guy was a total fucking."
You have a memory and a half.
I do.
That was exactly how it went down. And here's the crazy thing: like, he kept doing it to me. Like, after I said to him, "Your chair is broken." His chair was broken to start off with.
Okay.
So now when he would lean back, I really opened up as a gentleman. He was an LA cunt. Mm-hmm. He was like a set designer. He had that smell to him as a casting director.
Yeah.
Or an agency at a boutique agent.
Yeah.
He was one of those scumbags.
Yeah, those are the worst.
And he looked at me like, and when I put my hand on his shoulder, again, he's one of those faggy people that yelled assault.
Yeah.
So when I sat down,
he's like, "You assaulted
he got
me."
up and went to the stewardess. And now the stewardess is giving me the Malouk eye. All the stewardesses giving me the fucking Malouk eye. And I'm like, this is not going to be good.
Yeah.
And in those days, I had my sleep apnea bag. And at this time, I was getting in trouble at airports every other week. Every other week, I was having a beef at an airport.
Really?
Between the cocaine and my attitude, and it was just a bunch of things that attributed to it. And I remember when we got off the plane, the cops were waiting for me, and I'm stinking a reefer. Because after 3 hours, even with the anti-stink bag, the shit would leak out. Those anti-stink bags you could buy, they really do sell them. I'm not kidding you people. They sell them down in Hollywood where they wouldn't stink. But after 2 hours, the weed was so pungent that you could smell it on your body. And the 2 cops stopped me, and the faggy guy was standing there going, "You should put him in jail," and all this. And I'm like, I didn't do nothing to go to jail. I tried to be a man and explain something to you, and right in front of the cops. I'm like, "But you were too much of a cunt, an LA cunt." And the cops kind of were like, "Oh, I get what's going on." I go, "These guys are fucking,"
because they're blue collar guys.
So he walked away.
Yeah.
And they held me there so we couldn't be at the luggage together, and that was it. But there's a God. See, after these motherfuckers, I don't know whether he sent his son to kill Jesus. I don't know whether he's Chinese. I don't know whether he's a Buddha. I don't know if he's a Hindu. There's a God. Guess what happened a year later? I saw that same bitch across going to Columbus on a Friday with me.
Are you serious?
And I just eyeballed him, and he made eye contact and tried to change the eye contact. And one time I went up to the bathroom, and what I did this time was win over the stewardess first. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I went up and gave her a compliment. I love your shoes.
Yeah.
You know, if she's black, I'm ripping down the Beyonce poster. They go bananas. And then when I came on the way back, oh yeah, I tell them when they're black, I go, listen, when I get home, I'm ripping the Beyonce poster down. They go fucking bananas. I go fucking bananas. So
That's quite a line.
come on, dog. It always gets them. It gets their pussy. They go fucking bananas. They go nuts. They want to show you their titties like National Geographic. You know, that's how they got those fucking poor African women to show you their titties on National Geographic. So on the walk back, I said, "Hey, remember me?" And dog, he lost all the color in his face. There was no more stewardess. There was no Columbus cops. So I just sat like he was in row 3A, and I was like in 4B. So for 2 hours, I just tapped my hand and stared at him. And every time he would look at me, I was eyeballing him, giving him 2 Malouk eyes. It was tremendous. He got off that plane and ran.
I bet.
He ran off that fucking plane, and I giggled all the way to whatever, because there's a God in the fucking sky, you dumb fuck. You fucking dummy acting that way. I was a gentleman. A couple weeks earlier, I'm going to Newark. I always take an aisle seat. Man, I don't say a word to nobody on the plane. You know, I don't talk to nobody on the plane. I don't start it. I don't ask them where the weather. Nothing. I sat next to Barkley last year. The whole flight. I didn't say nothing to him until we got off.
What you say?
I loved you at Philadelphia. That's it. We walked off the plane. One time it was me, Sebastian, and John Legend sitting right next to each other. I don't talk to nobody. I don't need to talk. I don't need to take a picture with nobody. I need to do nothing. I get in my fucking seat. This is not first class. This is United, LAX to Newark. I'm sitting there. The plane lands. The plane's about to land, and I take my phone out. And I turn the phone on. And the guy in the window seat says, and I look at him and he goes, "Turn the phone off." A German guy. There's 2 German guys sitting next to me. They were fucking, whatever the fuck language they talk. Nazi hate, Jew haters, whatever the fuck they are. And they're both sitting there fucking hocking each other to death, fucking hee-ho and whatever the fuck they do with their hands and shit. So finally, can you believe this? He goes, huh? Not even excuse me.
Yeah.
Sir, you might get in trouble. He goes, "Turn the phone off." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "Turn the phone off." And the guy in the middle goes, "Did you not hear him? Turn the phone off." I go, "Bro, who the fuck do you think you're talking to?" I go, "Don't ever fucking tell me to do anything. Go fuck you and fuck him." And they're both going, "Wait till we get off the plane. We'll see." I go, "Well, we'll fucking see." And the stewardess is like, "Is there a problem?" And I go, "This fucking hump tried to tell me to turn the fucking phone off." And she's like, "Control your language and all this." I go, "No. I'm not controlling my language. Don't ever fucking tell somebody. Don't you ask them." And the guy kept talking. And finally I go, "What if I got up and just kicked you against that fucking door right now? Because you're in the last seat. I wouldn't be saying a word if I was you. Because if I start swinging, I could be a fucking madman. Why are you talking if you're in the 3rd seat in the fucking aisle? All I see was holding your hands up and me stomping on you. That's all I see. You got a no-win situation. You could be Johnny MMA. I get the first drop on you. That leg weighs 265. Once it goes into you, I'm going to keep putting my leg into you and kicking you and your fucking Hitler buddy here." So the fucking stewardess comes, separates us, because I told him.
How long ago was this?
This had to be.
Last week.
No. Around that time. This was like an incident.
Okay.
I kept having. The Sopranos was hotter than hell at that time. So I was having different fucking incidents every other fucking week. Some of them were good. Some of them were people busting my balls about the Soprano, that you were the guy. Take
Big
a
puss,
picture.
yeah.
Yeah. It was just like an ongoing. So now they separate us on the plane, because I told the guy, "What if I started kicking you right now? What are you going to do? Are you retarded? You can't be that fucking stupid, talking all that shit in the fucking 3rd seat. I wouldn't say a word. I'd wait till I get in the hallway where I got an even chance. But that's how stupid you are. So the stewardess comes over. She gets me up, and sure enough, you got to sit here until the police have been notified.
What?
God damn it. So now I'm aggravated because my friend, in those days, we had no dough. You had to have your friend circle like a fucking strutz around the airport. So I'm like, my friend's waiting for me. They go, no, you're the last guy to board. You're unboarding with the pilot. So we get up, and I forgot. I'm in New Jersey. So as soon as I see the cops, all I got to do is get to him first. All I got to do is get to that cop first and let him hear me. So that's exactly what I did. I went right up to the cop, and I go, this fucking guy. The cop's like, what's the problem here? This fucking guy tried to tell me to turn the phone off, and the guy started with his fucking white shit. Well, the phone is not supposed to be turned on. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, first of all, you're the fucking away team, motherfucker. Once I said that, it was on. I go, you're the away team. You got no say in this. This is Jersey. You don't tell somebody from Jersey to turn the fucking phone off. Fuck this guy. Fuck him. Don't ever fucking talk to somebody like that. And the cops were like, he's got you there.
Yeah.
So the one cop walked them, and the one cop walked with me, and I just kept saying shit. Remember, you're the away team, motherfucker. Don't ever forget that shit. We got you. I can make these guys turn you in and rape you to death. You're missing right now. You're missing. This could be like Pulp Fiction at the end when you call the two hillbillies to fucking in. This is Jersey. These two cops could take you on a long ride, and you'll never come back. We saw them evacuating the plane in Newark, and that's it.
That's it.
We don't know nothing. No, seriously. I had a bunch of incidents. I forget how many incidents.
Seriously?
One time I'm fucking walking on a Newark airport with a bag of reefer, and there's 10 cops coming at me with those dogs.
Oh, shit.
And I had to go into a fucking men's bathroom, take the weed out, and I hid it in the toilet paper roll. You know me, dog. And I went back out there, and they're barking and shit. Barking all around. I fucking took the fucking bag back, put it in my nutsack, and ran outside. Oh, I was having... Another time I was somewhere smoking a fucking joint. A cop pulled up on me at an airport. I'm outside smoking the fucking joint. And they're like, what do you think you're doing? They pulled me aside. I got pulled over in Detroit one time.
Wait, so what happened when
by
they...
the DEA.
Really?
Yeah. Coming from Miami to Detroit. Please.
So when you were smoking, though, because, one of my friends, I know, like, the whole world, has changed with weed. One of my friends is so casual that, like, whenever we're traveling somewhere, he's just, like, smoking on any street without ever looking or anything. I'm like, you don't even think about it at all?
I don't think about it.
Really?
Why
Any
would
street?
This is America.
I know.
Number one, this is America. Number two, if you're a cop and you're really concerned with marijuana...
I'm not concerned with it.
And pulling you over and talking to you, I would not... I don't have the decency to go to a park where kids are playing and spark up. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about go outside right now and spark up a joint. I've had that for 20 years.
You always were like
before the law, before the fucking paper.
What did that cop say to you when he said, what do you think you're doing?
What are you smoking?
And you're like...
And I go, a little weed. I get anxious at airports and blah. And he just said, turn it off and throw it away.
That was it.
That's it. Just be honest with them. Don't show them a fucking weed shirt. Don't tell them about your Fourth Amendment to have liberty. Yeah. Mind your business. Just tell them the truth.
But did you always, like, if someone was like that to me on a plane, I would have anxiety about yelling. I want to yell at them, and I would think about what I wanted to say, but I would never go back at them.
No, I'm an adult. You cannot say that shit to me. There's a way to speak to people. You can't tell somebody to turn the fucking phone off.
You can't fucking do that.
You say, excuse me, sir, I don't think they want you to have the phone on. Then it's my decision after that. I'm still going to turn it on. I love in the old days when they'd say, there's still a phone on the plane. How do you know?
Yeah.
That's for white people to believe. Well, there's still a phone on. Check your phone. This is how we meet. Driver ed school, and I know McGrath's kind of crooked, the whole fucking thing. I quit high school. I'd see him at different football functions. I'd see him at different bars. He'd always give me a big hug. Then one morning he contacted me because a younger friend of mine cut his finger off, and we had to drive him to the hospital. And that's how I became tight with him. I went to the hospital that day, and we got talking, and he asked me about my mother, and if there's something he could do, his father, and this whole thing. And that was it. I knew he went out at night, and I knew he got drunk.
Yeah.
Fast forward to fucking the day after graduating from high school. Mm-hmm. I got a call from Camel Brad, and he goes, come on to my house. What really happened was we robbed this dude, and we had this tremendous coke. And my buddy was in summer school, but to let him get out for the day, I had to go bribe the teacher. I knew the teacher did blow. So I called the teacher, and I gave him a piece of Coke, and he said to me, no, do me another piece. Make me a 40. Let me get you on Friday. So I broke the piece. I go, just give me a 50 on Friday. It's Monday morning. We pull my friend from class. I blackmail the teacher, plus I give him a rock. He's hanging out with the camel, so I know they're both partners. So on Friday, I call fucking T, and he goes, no, you got to collect from McGrath. So now, I had never, ever dealt in cocaine or money with McGrath. But now I'm out of high school. It's the third day out of high school.
Yeah.
He calls me up, and he goes, come over, I'll give you the fucking money. When I walk in, he goes, you ever do something with somebody else and you end up paying for it? That's what's going on here. He gives me the $50.
Yeah.
And I'm against my best judgment. I go, you know what, man? Did you like the Coke? Just to clear the air that he did Coke.
Yeah.
And he goes, it wasn't bad Coke, but follow me to my room. This guy's a high school teacher, plus a football coach.
And driver's ed instructor.
And driver ed instructor. They give him 3 checks. Great guy. We walk up into his bedroom. He goes, close the door behind you. He pulls out his fucking sleeper, you know, the thing next to where you sleep, whatever that's called. Where
Like the
your books
nightstand
are.
thing?
Nightstand. He pulls a mirror out of there. Then he opens up a fucking closet. He goes to the top of the closet. He puts down a fucking bag of blow like this big. And he opens it up. He takes a spoon. He lays some on. He goes, do some of that. Let me know what your shit was compared to that. And I did 2 lines, and this shit was fucking off the chain. And he goes, I don't sell it. He goes, I deliver it for a guy. He goes, I know a Spanish friend, but he can't go to most white people's houses. So I go with a suit on. And I go as a real estate guy. And I deliver an ounce or 2 at a time.
Wow.
And right there, he cracked me into what he did. But I used to hit him up for blow all the time. But I was going crazy, but he was also going crazy.
Wow.
Like, he would call me up at that time and go, take my car, go down to Pathmark Liquors, and get me a case of Bud, 2 bottles of tequila, 3 bottles of whiskey. He would, you know, it was 82. Everybody was hiding. Everybody was doing blow. Everybody was looking out windows at that point. You know, some people weren't at that level. I wasn't at that level, but he was. But my most famous McGrath story is we robbed a gas station, and we had big bills, but $1,000 bills. Dollar bills, you know. So we owed him money.
Okay.
I owed him like $1,000, and I call him at 3 a.m, and he goes, "What the fuck do you want?" I go, "Mr. McGrath, hold on, don't hang
You're
up."
still calling him Mr. McGrath.
Yeah, Mr. McGrath, hold on. He goes, "What the fuck do you want?" I go, "I got cash for you." He goes, "Okay," and I go, "I need an 8-ball," and he goes, "300 cash right now. I can't front you." He goes, "You got any money to take off the tab?" I go, "I'll give you an extra 100 on top of that." He goes, "Done. Be on my corner in 2 minutes." First, he told me he had no blow. We're headed down the Jersey Shore. We're ready to fucking go. It's 3 a.m, dog.
Yeah.
We're juiced up. We got maybe a gram left. We're driving all night, and then when we land, we're going to a party.
Yep.
Maybe there's a guy down there with an 8-ball. We didn't know that. We used to just drive it down with us. Jesus Christ. I could have done 20 years for that shit in those days. Wow. And I'll never forget going to his house in the corner and giving him, you know what 300 singles looks like? We gave him 400 singles. No, and it was loose in a brown bag. So he handed it to him. He's like, "Jesus fucking Christ, thank you." He went like an hour later. I call him back. He's like, "You cocksucker. They were all dollar bills. It's going to take me 2 hours to count that fucking money." It was 400 singles in that fucking thing. Plus, we gave him those things to get across the Jersey Bridge.
The tokens?
Or the tunnel. In those days, there were booklets. You could buy a booklet. We must have clipped fucking 3,000 those fucking things. I forget how many in that thing. It was a great summer. It was a great fucking summer, dog. Right after high school. Great fucking summer.
Wow.
That's how you gotta live. I wish it would have lasted. In 1993, I left Colorado. I took a break. I wanted to take a break. I wanted to get back on my feet. And I really wanted to do comedy. I went to New York City. Did I go for it in New York City? No. I fucked around like I usually do. I got high. I got on stage a few times in 11 months. But when I went back to Colorado, I moved back there with a Puerto Rican girl. And she was a drug counselor. And then she figured out I was still doing drugs. And I had to move out of her apartment. And I started living at hotels and at my cousins from time to time. And I would sleep in Boulder. And in that process, I don't even know. I got in contact with this girl.
Right.
That was fucking hot when I was a detailer. I used to detail cars at this place for all these dealerships, and she was the receptionist. But I would always talk to her. What's up, dog? Joey, baby. She was from somewhere in the South, but just tremendous. But the not the general manager, the manager of the detail shop, who was a very nice guy, started dating her. He had a Corvette at that age. You know, he started dating her. Did I give a fuck? No, I didn't. Never said nothing. I had nothing. I didn't even like her like that. I had a girlfriend. But at this time now in '93, him and her had a kid, and she was off the deep end. But Willie, still looking good.
Right.
And she got me a job. She goes, "You want a job as a car salesman?" She goes, "I do the books for this place, and I help out over there." So I got a job over there with her, and one day she goes, "Where are you sleeping tonight?" I go, she goes, I can't stay at my mom's no more, so I'm just going to get a hotel. Do you want to split the hotel? And after 2 nights, we got a gram of coke, and sure enough, I slept with her once or twice, and it went on for like a fucking week and a half, and one day I'm in Boulder, and who do I bump into? The husband.
Right.
And he came up to me, "Hey, what are you doing?" He goes, "Can I talk to you?" I go, "Yeah, what's up?" He goes, "Listen, man, I talked to her the other day. I know you guys been fucking around." He goes, "Just do me a favor, if you want." He goes, "I really want to get back together with her. She's the mother of my son, and I really want to give it a shot. I don't know how you feel about it." He goes, "I don't even know if I should be saying this to you." I shook his hand. I went over there, I got my stuff. I told her what had happened, and I never messed with her again. Was I scared of the guy, Willie? Not really. But Willie, how he came up to me.
It's a little scary. No?
No.
No, is it?
Not at all.
Because sometimes when someone approaches you that calm, man, you're like...
No. He was a gentleman and a half.
Yeah, okay.
He said that he wanted to, but he also wanted her to be happy.
Right.
And he kind of had tears in his eyes. But he was a man.
Right,
he was
right.
a man about it. He was sad.
Right.
You know, he didn't trip. He was secure in who he was.
Right.
I had another dude that was dating a girl for 3 years. Somebody came up to me one day and said, "Listen, you guys will make a cute couple." She was talking about it one day. And they were broken up like 6 months. And I went to this dude like a man, and I said, "Can I talk to you, bro? How long I know you?"
Right.
And I said, "I'm going to ask her out on a date, bro. And I don't want no friction between me and you." And the guy looked at me and he goes, "That's up to you, dog. But if you do it, there's going to be a fucking problem." Okay, now I am going to fuck her.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then I did sleep with the fucking girl, and I don't know what happened. Who the fuck gives a shit? But that was my take. I liked how he came up to me like a man.
Right.
He didn't threaten me at all. He just said he had a kid with her.
Well, you felt it, man.
No, I felt it.
You
Sure,
felt
I
it.
felt
Like, this guy's coming from the heart.
Well, what happened was at the time, I had just been. Was I? Yeah. Oh yeah. I was separated like 2 years, so I know what it felt like, bro.
Yeah.
I knew what it felt like. We all know what it feels like to be cheated on. It's a horrible fucking feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
That's why once you've been cheated on, you don't do it. You're like, you know what, man? I'm going to check myself in that department and shit, because that shit would break my heart if it happened to me, so.
That's one of the things I didn't like about a small town. Because, like, in high school, if you just, like, you're always going to know someone who dated someone else. Is, like, the entertainment industry, like, the comedy, like, the people who you guys used to date, was everyone dating everyone, or could you stay away from that? Like, could you stay away from dating, like, another comedian's ex-girlfriend, or?
I've never been put in that position, Lee.
Really?
I was very fortunate. Listen, man, I looked at comedy a lot different than a lot of other guys. I looked at comedy as a savior in a way. Like, it was... Don't get me wrong, I bumped into different people now that you mention it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know that comedians are dirty dogs, bro. Like, we all, we do some dirty shit or whatever. So, and most of these comedy chicks are the same chicks. They'll date you for 3 years, you guys break up, then she starts wearing a bikini, going to open mics and shit.
Right.
And eventually she's going to fuck somebody, and you could be tripped about that shit. Oh, they're just comedians. There's nothing you could do, bro.
Right.
You know, those girls have been through the system. They know the fucking deal. If you end up marrying them or whatever. And another thing, because I was in that position, these kind of people that this happens to 90% of the time, you know when you're with a whore.
Yeah.
Whether male or female. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know when you're with a whore. So You have to tolerate. I used to date a fucking whore, bro. I couldn't trust her. The stripper I moved here with was a fucking whore. There was nothing till this day. She's a dirty fucking whore. There's nothing you could do about it. If you break up with her at 3 in the afternoon, she'll have a boyfriend by 11 o'clock just on principle. Just on principle. Because that's how she is. That's just the way it is. So you know where you stand 9 out of 10 times when you're involved in that situation. And when I say the word whore, I mean it as male or female. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know when you're with a fucking whore. You catch somebody with a fucking phone number, they give you a story. Now you're on high alert. Right? Now you're on high alert. Right. Now you catch another story. Now it's up to you, Willie. Right. Now it's up to you, Lee. Now it's up to me. Now it's up to you as a woman. You know, the second time you find a number and there's 3-hour discrepancy between here and the store, you know what I'm saying? Like, you went to Rouse, it's 10 minutes away. Well, what happened? Well, you're not going to believe it. They were out of carrots, so the guy said he was going to go to the other store and bring them. So I said, what am I going to go home for? I just waited for the carrots. And you make up this fucking tale that, guess what, Willie? We've all listened to and we've all heard, and we want to believe it. Right. We want to believe it. And that's what happens to people. That's what happens to people. You know I'm lying to you. And then they'll tell somebody, like, the girlfriends that the girl will call and say, Joey left, he's with another woman. And then that night they'll call him, where was that pendejo? And he'll say, oh, no, you're not going to believe it. He went to Rouse, he got rear-ended. The engine went on fire, the fire department had to come, his cell phone fell in the water. But when he got home, we put it in rice, and everything's okay now. You know, you believe what the fuck you want to believe when you're in love, you know? And then there's 2 types of love. See, the stripper I was never in love with. It was that pussy. Right. It was that filthiness.
You're infatuated.
That filthiness that she would do. I was married for fucking 6 years, 7 years. And they don't let you light that pussy on fire and put fucking chocolate in their pussy. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I put bottles in this girl's pussy. Who the hell you does? I was infatuated with the thought of somebody else doing this to her. And then one day I looked and I go, how many dicks could possibly be in her? I want to marry this fucking monster. I want to marry this fucking monster. And do what? And do what? And do what? I got to CDD the kids? What's that shit when you got to send in an anarchy test? What is that shit when to see who the father is and shit? That's what I want to worry about. Is this yellow kid my father? Why does he have blonde hair? I didn't want to worry about that. So you fucking move on with your life. And that's when a lot of people say I started to get stand-up comedy. Because when I moved here the first 2 years, in 97 and 98, 60% of my focus was on that broad. 50% of my focus was dissecting her stories. You know, 50% of the story. The other, but there's another moral to the story here. She was paying the rent.
Yeah, that helps.
And she was stripping. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was all these things that I didn't need to be there. But because I was struggling to be a comic, I was putting up with them because it was the ultimate goal. And in a lot of ways today, I thank her because she got me to L.A. She got me to L.A. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. No matter what happened between us, she got me to L.A. She was put in my life for a purpose. That dirty pussy, God put it in my life for a purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I like the way God got you some dirty pussy.
Who else would play a dirty trick on you like that?
God said, hey, I'm gonna get Joey some dirty pussy, man.
No, that shit's always been a checkpoint for me. Like, listen, my ex-wife in Boulder, she cheated on me. At the time, I didn't know it. Right. But now, today, after thinking about it, I didn't see it. I didn't see it at the age of 32 or whatever fucking old I was. I saw it maybe 10 years ago. One day it just went. Because when I went to jail, he went in there for a haircut and he sent her flowers. And one day we were visiting and she goes, let me tell you the story. Some guy came in and sent me flowers. But he kept going in there for haircuts after that. Do you understand me? And eventually he caught her when me and her weren't doing too good. And then she came to me and she goes, we're going to separate. I'm going to move in with my parents. And that weekend I couldn't get a hold of her. And she told me she went away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where the fuck did you go? Who'd you go away with? So now today I believed it. Now today, after separating myself from the emotion, I was like, that's where she went.
Right.
And then, we fucking broke up October 15th. She moved in before Christmas. No, she wasn't fucking him. She was just living on the couch. What are you, fucking retarded? So that's the way life is. That's the way life goes, bitches. Tick-tock. Tick-tock. What comes around goes around, mother.
Oh, Jar was just here? And they were like, yeah, it was bad. He took too much Xanax, and he had to lay on the floor and did his set laying on his back on the floor because the room was spinning.
I did that in Beaumont.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, tell me that story.
You know what the most outstanding thing from this story is?
What?
That at 4:00 Saturday night, I called Slade Ham's brother. He was a wigger. He's a rapper at the time. This is 2005. The Longest Yard, which just came out. I'm in Beaumont, Texas. I told the story on Mark Maron. It was not the Mark Maron podcast and the TV show. It was not a lie or not a scripted thing. That was a personal story that I went. The guy picked me up. I got in the car and I go, and I'm fucking lit. I had 30 Valiums, 30 10 milligram Valiums in 3 days. Drinking Jägermeister. Next time you get Josh Wolf, ask Josh Wolf. Go, Josh Wolf, tell me the story about Joey Diaz in Beaumont, Texas. They know about Thursday. I went down there, but anyway, I went to buy Coke, and they were neo-Nazis. I'm talking, it's behind Beaumont, Texas, a neighborhood behind Beaumont, Texas, so it's a little bit on the rough end.
Shit.
And I went down there, and Slade told me, his brother goes, listen, before we go in there, I just want you to know they ain't friendly with fucking people if you're scared. I said, listen, you see this? There's $400 bills here. Everybody loves $400 bills. I don't give a fuck who you hate.
Yeah.
And I went in there, and they talked to me. They even asked me what nationality I was, Cuban. I was jawing out of my fucking mind. I couldn't even talk.
Yeah.
The Valiums had me going. I was talking like this. It was horrible. That was the last memory of that weekend.
Really? And then you had to do a show that night?
I did the show Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I flew in Thursday, and the kid was supposed to have the blow for me, and he goes, I got no blow. I go, what can you get me? What can you do? And he goes, I get you Valium. He told me, and I gave him whatever the price was. And he goes, it's 30. I go, fine, just bring me 30, whatever I don't need, I'll bring back to my friend in L.A. I had a friend in Hollywood that ate Valium. I go, I'll bring him back for him.
Yeah.
I started popping them. First night, like I ate 1, then 2. Then I went to the fucking bar, and I drank a little bit. I didn't get coked up the first night. Went back to the hotel, got up, did some radio. Went back to the room, felt okay.
Felt good.
Yeah, popped another one to sleep at 3.
Your nerves feel good. That's the crazy thing about those.
Slept till about 6. Got up and was a little groggy. Had some coffee, had a couple fucking Camel Lights. Had some fucking Papados and went to the show. And at the show, I started popping. Once I knew the coke was coming, I started popping them on Friday night. Popping them. And they were in a little brown bag, so I wouldn't count them. I would just pop them like fucking Tic Tacs. Friday night, I was gone. I must have gone to bed at 1, and I slept till 3:30 the next afternoon. One of those things you just wake up, your stomach's empty.
Yeah.
You're fucked up. Like you need coffee, more coffee, a shower, another shower. You got to jerk off. You got to go for a walk, take another nap. It was one of those days, and I had 2 shows. And again, I went in the bag and took a handful and put them in my pocket. And the coke came. And then we did the first show. And the first show, people were sending me Jägermeisters. Beaumont, Texas, this was a great little comedy room that was owned by 2 guys. And the one guy robbed the other one. Then the guy hit him in the head with a bamboo thing. And that was the end of that fucking tune.
Sure.
Tremendous.
Sure.
It was first owned by 2 black people. They were very successful. A black couple with kids had a theater in Beaumont, and the kid was a bartender. And they quit the business. The kid that was the bartender opened up his own club. He's still in Houston. He's a great kid, Slade Ham. So this Saturday night, I'm at the club. I got the package. I'm not hitting it. I'm on stage still. So I wouldn't do coke on stage or before. I would do coke afterward.
Yeah.
So I do the first show, and I'm fucking hammered. Because that Valiums I took Thursday and those ones I took Friday, they're still in your system.
Oh, they don't go anywhere.
Percolating like a motherfucker.
Holding on to fat cells.
Holding on to fat cells. And every time you hit a joint, you get even more fucked up. It ignites one of those fat cells.
Every time you have a cocktail, it just pulls them out of the fat cells.
Pulls them out of the fat
dance.
cells. So if you eat a 10 milligram Valium, your fat takes half of it. 5 milligrams gets released in your bloodstream. The other 5 go in your fucking fat, and they just get stored. And here you are doing gin and tonics. You don't even need Cosby to show up. Nature works itself here. After 3 nights of eating Xanax, chicks will tell you they black out. I know tons of chicks who eat those Adderalls and all that shit, and they black out when they fucking drink.
Yeah.
That shit adds to it. So don't think that. So here I am, 400 pounds, sweating profusely on stage. I'm so hammered, the first show I got to lay down. They're sending shots. I'm drinking 16 shots on stage. I'm 400 fucking pounds. I already got the 8-ball. It's fucking beige.
It's beige.
It's beige. This Coke was right from the cartel. Right from the cartel.
It's
right there.
beige.
Oh my God, it was beige. And when it smelled through the paper, like I could smell the fucking ether right through the paper. I was like, oh, this is going to be a good night. I'm going to go back to the hotel room. I'm going to take a fucking... And I had a plane from Houston at like 7:30 in the morning.
Shit.
I'm like, I'm going to fucking snort this fucking 8-ball. I'm going to drink. And all of a sudden, I go to the fucking bathroom. I come out of the bathroom, and there's a broad waiting. And she's like, do you want to do a line of Coke? And I got the Coke in my pocket. But she's got some. And I go, what do you want to do? You have a car? And she goes, no, my husband's here. Let's do it in the woman's bathroom. So we go in the woman's bathroom. We do a few bumps in the woman's bathroom. She leaves. And next thing you know, I fucking pass out. I get up. The Coke is still there. My money's still there. The phone's ringing. I can't move. Bert, it was horrible. I definitely OD'd. If it wasn't for my blood type and my experience, I would have been dead. Because I remember getting up. The guy's like, you got to check out or give me $48. And I just gave him like a 50. I go, I couldn't even talk. I went back to bed, got up at 8, puked, went back to bed. I finally got up Monday and called my wife. Like, I finally called Terry, like, Monday. I'm like, Terry, you're not going to believe this. I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
And I stayed in that hotel room till Tuesday, and I had my friend come and get me and take me to this fucking thing.
So what happened with the flight?
Who knows? I didn't come to till Thursday.
Shit.
I didn't really start talking. Like, at 1 minute it was Saturday, and the next minute it was fucking Thursday.
Good God.
Like, that's how fucking deep I was into drugs then. But I was fucking sick till Thursday. And you know what? It took me years to eat another sleeping pill after that. It was those bars.
Those Xan bars?
Those Xan bars, those are fucking death, Jack.
Oh, dude. I had a friend addicted to those, and they wouldn't even take him in rehab.
Why?
Because I guess you gotta, like, benzos are the hardest to detox off of. They're real dangerous.
When I lived in Denver, those Sundays, you could rob a bank.
Yeah.
You could stab
And you might have.
somebody.
That's part of it.
I'll never forget when I was in the mall.
Wait a second. I think you did have an issue there.
I had a couple of issues there.
You don't even go to Colorado anymore, right?
Yeah, I go to Denver.
Oh, you do?
I just can't go to Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle and parts of Oregon. Seattle and parts of Idaho, unknown. When I lived in Denver, I still remember when they played against the Cleveland Browns, the drive.
Right.
I was at the mall during the drive. And I'll never forget seeing everybody in the hallways watching TVs that Radio Shack had and stuff. And going, if I was going to rob this place, this is the time we'd do it. Nobody would care.
The funny thing is, I would say something like that. It's a joke. You say something like that, you're casing the place.
Oh, let me explain something to you. The best thing in my future that happened is that they tore that mall down. When I tell you I sank that mall financially, I'm not lying to you. I went in there with 3 credit cards in the summer of '85 and threw the cards away and would still go back in there. I remember walking in that mall one day and they had a CD player, Radio Shack, without a box, like a
display unit? Yeah.
Display unit. And the guys were all the way in the back talking. And I go, you know what? I could use a CD player in my house. I'll never forget unplugging it and just wrapping it and walking out of the fucking mall. Like, still walking 30 yards to the door and then going to my car. I destroyed that mall.
Oh, God.
The first time, then I got a job at Foot Locker.
You got a job
At the mall after I ruined it with credit cards. And the cops came. They go, you fit the description. Somebody in the ice cream court said you used a credit card there. And I'm like, you're going to have to prove it. There was no cameras back then. Right. So they kept coming back.
And so you're wearing the referee jersey?
Foot Locker, like an asshole that I was. I applied for the job in June. They called me in August.
Okay.
Okay, and then and then the cops came in. They're like, "We want to arrest you." They talked to me like 3 times, and they wanted me to cop to it, and I wouldn't cop to it.
So in 2 months, you destroyed the mall. That's
In
it.
2 months, I destroyed that fucking mall. And then I went back for more. And then I went back. I went to Aspen, then back to Boulder, and then I was taking classes at the University of Colorado. And they would buy anything up on them. It's called the U district. The U district is in Seattle. This was called, I forget what the fuck, Boulder Hill or what, the Hill. The Hill is 3 blocks, gyms, Mexican restaurants.
Right.
Everything is catered to kids. Pizza place, movie theater, 18 and over bar, that type of shit. But they would buy anything because college kids got broke.
Right.
So you could bring anything. So I had the scam at Sears. The door was right by the music department. Was right by the door. I would park right there and just walk in. And every day I would take the Bruce Springsteen 4-package collection. It was like the hit of this. It was $99, like $89 for a Bruce Springsteen box. He's on the cover with a guitar in his hand. How do I remember? Because Bruce Springsteen put a lot of money in my pocket that year. They would displays of Bruce Springsteen 5 at a time. And I would pick them up and walk out there. And I would go right to the Hill, get my $200, and then I would go eat like a fucking sandwich or something. It was destruction. But then I was out on bail in the kidnapping case. And I was running out of money. And I go, you know what? I'm going to go back up to the CD store. So I started robbing them every other day. This went on for about a week or two.
Not many people can just say that sentence. I started robbing them.
Oh, yeah. I would go to the
day.
CD store every other day. I didn't want to be a fucking pig. And go every day and rob 'em. Why would I
Regulate
do that?
yourself.
I had to go like every 2 or 3 days.
Monday, Wednesday,
If there was a
Friday.
student center, I was tormenting them because they would buy books secondhand, and I would just pick up a stack of books. I wouldn't even walk in the front door. I just bring them up, and I go, "My mother got me these, but I already got them. She just wasn't thinking." And they go, "Do you want cash or a check?" You know what? I don't need the cash, but I'll take it. And they would give me back the money for the books plus tax.
What's it like to not have a conscience?
It's tremendous.
That's the greatest life. Your life is incredible until you get caught. But then you have the stories.
What is it that you want me to do to change that? Like, that's why it pisses me off that people go after governors for putting blackface on, or the chief fucking judge because he covered some chick's mouth in 1982. You got nowhere to go. So if he would have came out and said, "Yeah, in 1982 I choked the girl at a party," he would have he wouldn't have had to deal with that.
I don't know if it works in politics the same way.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Because it works in life that way. If you don't say it, if I get it out first, you got nowhere to go.
That helps. That can help.
You
if
got nowhere to go. 8 Mile. When he goes, what are you gonna do when he goose on you about the girl? He goes, if you put it out there first, he's got nowhere to go.
Right. Yeah, because it diffuses the situation.
It diffuses
Trump
the
does that a
situation.
lot. You
Yeah.
watch Trump; he'll be like, "I did this," and he'll put a little spin on it to
spin
make
on
it
it.
my, his way. It happened. There was a lot. It was not my problem. And then people are like, "Yeah, he did it. So what?"
It's not who I am today, but thinking back at who that person was that would be out on bail for kidnapping and would go every other day to either the student center. Like one day I went to the student center and had a watch rack with watches, Timex, whatever the fuck. I picked up the whole thing and put it on my shoulder like a body in Vietnam, and I just walked out. If you're going to let me rob and you're not going to pay attention to me, I got to rob you in those days. I was that nuts in Boulder.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
but
then-
you're getting away with it, so why would you stop?
Getting away, I would control myself.
Yeah,
Then-
sounds like it. It's not controlling
then
yourself.
one
What do
day-
you think controlling yourself is?
Dog, I would rob 24/7 if you. I remember when double espresso machines came out in '95. I was a struggling comic.
I don't even hold on. Let me digest this. Because you're going into stories about stealing 24/7, and then I remember when double espressos came
Yeah,
out.
because I had control before I got arrested. And went to prison. I had no control. Like that's when I got caught. So I'm out on bail for the kidnapping. I get caught with like 85 fucking CDs, and they chase me like a little black guy in a golf cart and a little white skinny guy. Like, come back! And I'm running, throwing CDs back at him and shit, trying to throw them off.
Like
with the
you're a
CD.
superhero?
Oh my god! And they got me. The cops finally got me, and I gave them a fake name. They arrested me, and I processed. Now I had just been in there for a month waiting to get bail. Every cop knew Joey. I went in there as Jimmy, and they're fingerprinting me, and I'm like, "How you doing?" They're like, Joey, how you? And I'm looking at the fingerprint card. It's like Jimmy, whatever, on it. And I'm like, "These guys, if you're gonna be that stupid," and then I went back to court as that guy. I pled guilty and I got community service and I did the community service. Years later, I found out, Boulder found out, you used a different name, but what are they going to do? You did the community service, you paid the fine. Crazy shit that you won't even, now you can't get away with.
I was going to say, now there's no way.
Cannot get away
because
with
that's
that.
all electronic and stuff
now
like that.
you can't get away with it.
But that's, I mean, you make me want to go back in time and start robbing people.
And then in those days, remember when Frank Caliendo put his fingerprints down? NCIS was so slow.
Right.
3 weeks before your records came back. So you could sit in county for 2 weeks with a murder, knowing, working your bail, and get out before the NCIS come out back on you.
Yeah.
The NCIS wouldn't come back on you for fucking 3 fucking weeks. That's how slow it was then. So I could use fake names. I could do all this shit because by the time they figured out who the fuck I really was, I was gone. I was on a Greyhound bus to the next city.
So what did you do with the espresso machines?
Well, the espresso machines, I had control. The espresso machines were $450.
You keep saying you have control. I mean, is this you telling us, or are you trying to convince yourself?
Me, I don't give a fuck. It was 25 years ago.
Yeah, well, right. No, yeah.
It was 25 years ago. I was 95.
I forgot the double espresso machines are how this story started.
It was $450 for an espresso, coffee, cappuccino machine. All these assholes on sale for $350. I'm walking into those stores, just picking up the thing. I wasn't even walking out of the store, frankly. How sad is that? I would just go into customer service and go, how you doing? My mother got me this for Christmas. What the fuck? And they go, okay.
It's always somebody giving you something
That's
as a
the only
gift.
way you could sell it.
That's how you do it.
What do you think? I was walking down the street.
I don't have a gift receipt, but
Then I got to the point where I'd hang out in front of Kmart. This is when you're a fucking real piece of shit. I'd hang out in front of Kmart on windy days and wait for people's receipts to fly off. And one day I'm looking at this guy in a cart pushing 2x4s and 2x6s and 2x12s, but on top he's got a lawnmower. And he's pushing, it's windy out, and all of a sudden the receipt flew out. I go over, I pick it up, I look, the lawnmower is $450. So I walk into the fucking Kmart, they got no more lawnmowers. I go, fuck it. I went out to Longmont, Colorado, 30 miles away, went to a Kmart in there, they had the thing. The best was, I went back and I gave the Mexican kid a 10. Bring this up to the counter for me. He brought it up to the counter, and I told the lady, how you doing? My mother gave me this. It's the wrong one. This time I had a receipt. This time they had nowhere to go. He just, no, I'm telling you, I bought the, why didn't you go back to Boulder? I go, I didn't want to drive. I live here.
I left this here.
And they give me the money back.
I can't.
It's, and I was doing 3 or 4 of those espresso machines a day. Like on the way to Denver Comedy Works.
You needed the espresso
I would stop
to stay.
I would stop in Westminster. I'd stop in the Denver Mall. I would show up at the Comedy Works with $1,200 in my pocket. On the way there, the Comedy Works open mic started at 8. I'd leave my house at 6 and stop in Bloomfield, Westminster, and just stop. I always wanted to ask you I love Tommy Boy. I miss Chris Farley. It's so weird that I think about the last time I saw Chris Farley, and it was one of the saddest things I ever saw in Hollywood. But I had gone through what he was going through. My girlfriend was a stripper on La Cienega, and I had just left the Comedy Store. This was 2 weeks before he died. This is 98, right? When did he die?
Mm-hmm. I think.
98, 97.
Yeah, December 18th.
98. This had to be 2 weeks, 3 weeks before he died. At that strip club, there's no contact allowed. They dance naked. Mm-hmm. You can't touch them. There's no lap dances. What you could do is hire them to dance nude, but they have to stand 5 feet from you, and there's a rope. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That seems just stupid. I can't grab you. I can't fucking Harvey you, you know what I'm saying? For the small $5. But it was so funny how my girlfriend at the time said, park the car, you got to see this. And I go, okay, and I didn't know what she was going to show me. And it was Chris Farley sweating profusely.
Yeah.
He was sweating so much that his hair was back. He had like a shirt on, and he was just rolling up 50s and 20s and getting a lap dance and just throwing them at him. And I remember looking at him, come on, everything in my heart wanted to go up and give that guy a hug. I'm a comic. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. And you ever hear that expression, don't talk to the celebrities you look up to because you might be disappointed. Like I remember going in that car and being fucking really sad. And that I saw one of. I was a little chubby at the time, so I looked up to him, Belushi, you know. And that was the last time I saw him. 2 weeks after that, he was probably gone. Like 2 or 3 weeks, and I was like, that's fucked up that I saw him that night. Acting that way at a strip club, giggling by himself. He was totally by himself. There was not a soul with him.
Well, I sort of straddled two sides of his personality because I started working with him in television. He was in an HBO special I did with Tom Arnold and Ben Stiller and Jim Carrey were in it. And I remember him showing me, I was shooting with Chris Farley. We went to the Glendale Galleria, and we were just following him around with a camera as he was picking up on girls. It was pee in your pants, hilarious. He would like walk up to a girl and say, with holding an orange and say, hi, do you have fingernails? Can you start my orange for me? I can't peel it. And then he'd just start flirting with it. Hilarious stuff. Right after that, so that was for HBO. Then we did the Jackie Thomas show, and he played Tom's brother.